Don't you have a remote control or an app
I
to
do
turn that
have a
on?
remote control, but it's tricky.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Cynthia and I are here today upstairs in our mezzanine area. This is the area where in our shop where we teach classes and things. And yeah, we came in today to do some Christmas knitting.
Yeah.
And reminisce a little bit, right?
Finish, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the end of the year,
Yeah.
and it's a nice time to kind of get those whips out of your basket, the ones you want to finish for Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. You want to do our intro?
Yeah, yeah. So, hello everyone. I'm Cynthia.
And I'm Barb.
We're with River City Yarns.
Yes, in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We have a local yarn shop, and we come once a month or maybe twice if we have a special.
Yeah.
This one's kind of a special end of year wrap up for us.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to chat with you.
Yeah, so we're really happy you could join us today.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I love the fireplace.
It's kind of a Christmas tradition, right? To put, if you don't have a fireplace, to put it up on YouTube, and some of them you can get some that have like Christmas carols.
Well, I was going to say we're just missing the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and then the schnapps. We're missing the schnapps.
Oh, we're missing the schnapps. Yeah. So many things to gather for a podcast. Alcohol.
Yeah.
Christmas carols.
There should be a priority list, though.
We should, yes.
Yeah.
We need a studio, really.
We need staff, yeah.
Yeah.
To pull everything together.
Wouldn't it be nice if you just had someone to do everything for you, right?
Yeah.
You know, book your travel, knit your samples, get all your Christmas knitting done. You know, all that stuff?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. No?
No, because it would take all the fun out of it.
I suppose.
You need to, you need to do a little hard work. Anyway, so what are we going to chat about today?
Well, let's talk about some of the highlights from 2019.
Sure.
Yeah. We went a lot of places this year.
We did. We were really busy this year. We were away from home quite a bit, and then we had a lot of people to our home to come to Edmonton to teach and things like that. So what were your highlights?
Oh, man.
What were your favorite places that we went? Because we went to a lot of places. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I feel like it was Knit for Fun retreat.
Yeah, that was in April, May. Yeah, and that was kind of a fun adventure, right?
Yes.
We started looking at flights, and we started looking at ways to get to Freeport, Maine.
Right, because we had booked with Ann Budd. We had booked 2 tickets to her Knit for Fun retreat.
Yeah.
And we were going as attendees.
Right.
There was no going as shop owners or anything like that. This was pure education for us.
These were the last 2 tickets. I think we might have even kind of...
I think Cindy and Ann told us about a cancellation or something.
Well, I think Suzanne and Connie were thinking about going.
Oh, right.
2 of our staff members.
Yes.
And then they felt like maybe they couldn't.
Yeah.
And so we said, oh, okay, well, why don't
maybe
we go?
Maybe we should go, yeah. And we did, and it was really a fun trip.
Yeah.
I think,
So my favorite part of that trip, well, not my favorite part, one of the highlights of that trip for me was the drive.
Right.
So we flew to Montreal. We stayed over in Montreal and visited with our friend Lucinda from Montreal. And then we drove across the border down to Freeport, Maine.
Yeah.
And back again.
All the way through Vermont and New Hampshire. That was really a lot of fun. The White Mountains.
Yeah, and the Green Mountains.
The Green Mountains, well, yeah.
I mean, I think there were the Green Mountains on one side and the White Mountains on the other.
I think you're right, because we went through 2, I think, provincial or national parks or something. Yeah, and it was kind of one of those trips, too, where the weather was really, really nice, and then it was really kind of cold and ugly and raining. Do you remember that? I remember driving through rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very fun. Yeah. Montreal was really neat too. Remember all the construction on the roads?
I remember getting lost.
Yeah.
Because our navigation system in the rental car hadn't been updated.
Right.
So we didn't know about all the construction delays. It kept taking us
to a road that wasn't a road anymore. It was like gone.
Yeah. And then we just used Google Maps.
On your phone.
On the phone, yeah.
Thank goodness you had it with up-to-date information.
Well, yeah, Google Maps is pretty smart, I think. Yeah. get you where you need to go.
Yeah.
Got us to Sutton, Quebec.
Mm-hmm. And that was fun. We always have a nice time when we meet with Lucinda.
Yeah.
We went out for dinner with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that was when we found out about Delana.
Yeah.
We brought in this line of yarn, beautiful merino yarn from Spain that comes coned. And it's from a really special farm that does everything. They pull in all the sheep. They have shepherds that herd these sheep. It's like straight from, sheep wool to shawl sort of thing. They do all the processing and all the dyeing, everything in their community, and this is their source of funding.
Right, and these are the original merino sheep. The merino sheep originated in Spain.
Right.
And these are, it's like a collective of farmers that are pooling all their fiber together.
So these animals then are even probably, you could probably trace them back to an original breed of sheep.
Their lineage, their merino lineage. Yeah.
How cool is that?
It's really cool.
Yeah.
In fact, I think this is really cool, Barb. Yesterday, one of our customers came in. Her name is Kenna, and she is married to a gentleman who is the ambassador to Spain from the U.S.
Oh,
and
really?
She said that she actually met the King of Spain, and at a trade function, and they and he was telling her about Delana, about these merino sheep, and she said, yes, I already know about that because my local yarn shop in Edmonton, Alberta. Isn't that incredible?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So she had shopped here before and had seen that we brought it in. Did you get any of it?
I'm not sure. I don't recall. But her parents live here in Edmonton, and so she comes to see them and visit them as often as she can. Yeah. So she's been in the shop, infrequently in the past, but always someone who's really interesting to talk to.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Barb, this is like the best job in the world. It's like the Cheers of yarn shops. People come in. You strike up a conversation. You learn the most interesting things, and so we were all just standing at the till yesterday with our jaws dropped, thinking about how, our yarn shop was brought up in the presence of royalty. Like that's just
really.
Whoa, that's just so
hobnobbing
crazy.
with the King of Spain. Wow.
Anyway, I just thought that was such a great story in so many ways.
It is.
And we wouldn't have ever found out about it unless we had met Lucinda. And we wouldn't have met Lucinda unless, she's the distributor for Art Yarn, so you had a relationship with her before.
Yeah.
But she was just so friendly and welcoming the first time we went to see her.
Yes.
And so we had to go back.
Mm-hmm. And you should also check out her store, too. She does a great online business. And Mont Tricot. Yeah. M-O-N-T.
I think it's M-O-N.
Oh, M-O-N.
Oh, I don't know.
T-R-I-C-O-T.
Yeah, I'll put a link in the show notes. Yeah.
Yes.
That's always the easiest.
but Lucinda really has really unique products.
Yeah.
She does a lot of sourcing of really interesting yarns.
She's just such a beautiful person. Like just warm and authentic, and she speaks 3 languages.
Yeah.
She's
we have a
really
couple of podcasts too, don't we? With trips that we took with her.
Yeah, so the whole KFF trip is another video, and I can put a link to that in here as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it was a great trip.
Then once we got to Freeport, Maine, that was a beautiful place too.
Yeah.
Cindy and Anne pulled out all the stops.
Yeah.
We had lobster.
We did.
And served in a beautiful boat, with lobster. The whole hotel was just decorated beautifully.
Yeah. The
lobster
Harris
traps.
Inn. Yeah. In Freeport. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
It was great. And you enjoyed that trip too.
I loved that trip, yeah.
You were telling me about your class with Kate.
I was thinking that, that was one of my favorite classes because I learned so much about fit of sweaters. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think take classes if you can. That would be my, words of wisdom is that you're never too old to learn something.
That's true.
To learn something new, and you can't always get all the information from YouTube. You can get lots of it. But sitting down and being able to ask someone okay, am I doing this quite right? You know, do you mean this or do you mean that? That is something that you just can't get online.
Yeah.
And I love that. It was great.
So one of the things you told me about your class with Kate was like, you know, where to take a bust measurement.
Yeah, underneath the arms.
Right.
Which is above your bust.
Yeah.
And her whole theory too was, you know, if you're going to make adjustments to your sweater, make it below the neck. Because necklines all vary. There's so many different kinds, right? And you don't want to mess with the math up there.
Right, right.
But underneath that, you can quite easily make adjustments for, you know, a bigger bust or a smaller bust with short rows and different techniques that she went over.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting. And when you bring that back to our shop, you know, we see so many customers who are all different sizes. And, you know, some ladies who are big busted have teeny weeny shoulders. So you don't want to have them knit a pattern for their bust measurement because their shoulders are going to be huge, right?
Yeah.
So you knit the size for the shoulders in your pattern, and then you put in short rows or darts or whatever for the bust.
A little more room for...
But there you get a nice fitting sweater.
Great.
You know,
well, that's the whole point of knitting, right? Is to tailor your garments.
To tailor your garments, but I think that's why people don't like to knit sweaters. Because they all have sweaters that just don't fit them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And that could be why. You know, you're knitting a sweater based on the measurements for your bust, and it's making your shoulders really big and sloppy. And then the other thing I learned is that, you know, raglan sleeve sweaters are great. They're fun. And they can knit colorful yokes and all that kind of stuff. But really, our body is not made for raglan sleeve sweaters. A set-in sleeve just looks so much nicer on the body.
Right.
So,
yeah.
And then I've been looking for patterns with set-in sleeves with colorful yokes. And they don't exist. But as soon as I say that, someone will find one. So if you find one, send it to me.
So you're talking about like a yoked sweater, but then you want a set-in sleeve.
Yes.
And so the yoked sweater, it would have to be interrupted around the sleeves. Or maybe be like a saddle shoulder like this one.
Maybe. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Saddle shoulders, though, I think are still sort of a raglan, right?
Yeah. This one is. Yeah, you've got the raglan.
It's just that with the raglan on me, Cynthia, I just find I have so much fabric down here.
But you're wearing the raglan today.
I know, yeah.
And it looks great on you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I still have to take it home and fix the shoulders, though, because it keeps wanting, you know, when I don't have it with a blouse underneath or something, like it's
to fall off. Yeah. You have to do that ribbon trick?
Yes. And I will. I will do that, but I'm just wearing it today so I can show it off.
Yeah, color is gorgeous.
Yeah, and it feels amazing.
Yeah. Right?
It's our Eden yarn.
I have mine here today too. I'm still working on the sleeves.
Oh, good. So are you going to show it?
I'll pull it out. Sure. Yeah. What was what did we do after Freeport?
Well, after Freeport, I think it was that trip where we learned about Marie Green's 4-day knit-along.
That was with Lucinda.
Right. Yeah. She was doing it, right?
Yep.
And so we decided we were going to do it.
Yep.
And so then we came home. And what did we do? Well, we probably just came straight back to work and did a few more podcasts and then started knitting these sweaters. Well, it was summertime. It was
summer. Yeah, in July we had Lucy Neepy come.
Right.
And so she did some workshops with us here at the store.
Yeah.
And
Lucy was going up to Yellowknife.
Yes. And
she contacted us because, you know, Edmonton's on the path to Yellowknife. And she was taking a bunch of tourists, like knitters and
she does these epic adventure tours. Adventure knitting tours with her friend Judy from Vancouver. And Judy organizes everything, and Lucy brings all the entertainment and knitting knowledge.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And I think they took 8 people to Yellowknife. They went to Blatchford Lake Lodge. They went to Folk on the Rocks, the music festival there. Excuse me.
Cynthia knows all about this because she used to live in Yellowknife.
I did. I lived there for 6 years. Yeah. That was an adventure.
And so before they went up there, we taught them some things. We had Lucy teach some classes here.
Yes.
And they came for Adam and Eve.
Yes. Lucy did a pair of socks. She made a new pattern called, I think it's called Ripple River or River Run socks, and she did it out of the most colorful. She wanted the most colorful colorway.
We were able to help her with that.
Yeah, so we gave her Bird of Paradise, and she made these beautiful socks.
Yeah,
and so everybody on the trip made the socks. But she did 7 classes for us over 6 days here. We had her really busy, and all the classes were full.
Yeah,
we held them at the Hilton Doubletree here, which is a beautiful conference facility.
You know, Cynthia, I think we're really lucky here in Edmonton because we have a lot of customers who come to every single one of our workshops. Yeah. And I think that their education, their knowledge level is really high. When I think about Jan, who teaches for us, she knows everything about anything.
Yes.
And it's largely due to a lot of the education that she's done on knitting and crochet and everything else, right?
For sure. Yeah, she came to every one of Lucy's classes. And she would have come to all the ones for Anna and Carlos too, except we said, please, everybody just take one class.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, so that was it. Yeah, that was fun. And then Arnie and Carlos.
We had Anna and Carlos, that
was amazing.
That was an epic visit.
Yes.
And in the podcast that we did about Arna and Carlos, where we had the interview with them, we invited people to tell us what they'd like us to try and pronounce in Norwegian.
Are you ready to do that?
Well, there's a few of them. So somebody said they'd like to know how to say "I love you" in Norwegian, and that's one that I actually know.
Oh,
excuse me. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah, how do you say it?
Jeg elsker deg.
Jeg elsker deg.
Very good. Yeah. Good job.
I've been practicing.
And then another person said, I thought this was really good, they wanted to know how to say, quiet, I'm counting.
Oh, right. That's a good one.
So I looked that one up. It's stille.
Stille.
That's quiet. Jeg teller.
Jeg teller.
Very good. You've been practicing, haven't you?
Yes.
You've got your Norwegian accent.
I've got my sing-songy,
Oh, man. Here, let me find another one that...
find another one.
What a beautiful sweater. That sounds like a good thing. So let me type that into my my Norwegian English.
While she's doing that, I just have to tell you a little bit about Arnie and Carlos. Those two guys are so personable. I got to sit in on one class with them, and it was so much fun. And before they started the classes, they went around and said hello to everybody in the class. And, it was just something that I hadn't seen before.
It was a really nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole class was like that. They're just so gentle. Now I'm starting to watch them every Sunday.
Oh, yes.
When they do their podcasts.
Yes.
Because it's just kind of like being with them again. We had such a nice dinner with them, too. Do you remember?
Yes.
When we were driving them back to the airport, we went for Japanese food, and it was so nice.
Yeah.
Carlos ordered everything for us off the menu.
I know. He knows a lot about Japanese food. They both do.
They both do.
Because they knew exactly what they wanted. Yeah. And they have a huge following in Japan, too.
I heard about that. Yeah, that was so interesting to talk to them about that.
Yeah. Yeah, they were really good. Okay, so this one, I'm going to get Siri to say it for us first.
Okay.
For en vakker genser.
For en vakker genser.
One more time.
For en vakker genser.
For en vakker fencer.
Genser.
Genser. Close.
What a beautiful sweater.
What a beautiful sweater. Oh, it's almost like Gansey, right?
Yeah,
Genser.
Genser.
Ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of links between English
Yes.
and German and Norwegian.
Sure.
They're all Germanic languages. So, yeah. Isn't that fun?
Well, there you go. Thank you, everybody, for giving us the whole list of things that you wanted to say in Norwegian.
There were some interesting ones.
Were there any that you couldn't translate at all, or you wouldn't?
I just think it's sort of interesting what people ask for, because it's obviously what's on their minds, right? So there was more than one that was about, be quiet, I'm counting.
Okay.
And I love you was really nice. And then, the compliments about your knitting, I think were really nice. What a beautiful sweater. Somebody else said, can I touch your beautiful sweater? And then alcohol. Pass the wine, please.
Oh, yes.
And I need a drink. I like this one from Marguerite. This isn't a stash. It's my emergency preparedness kit. Which would be a mouthful in Norwegian. So I'm going to leave that one. I love my sister.
Oh,
that's really nice.
So do you know how to say that? It's probably just like I love you, and then
it's
sister.
Yeah, elsker min. I'll find it.
What sister? How do you say sister in Norwegian?
That's a good question. So let me just type it in here, because it's been a long time since I took a Norwegian class. Okay, jeg elsker søsteren min.
Okay.
You want to try that? Jeg elsker.
Jeg elsker.
Søsteren min.
Min.
Sister mine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you too.
Jeg elsker deg.
That was fun.
It was fun. Yeah. So thanks everybody for all those suggestions.
That's right.
That was really good.
And if you want to, know the swear words, check in, because I've got a few good ones. I can't say on YouTube, but
so how are people going to know?
I'll text you. Or I'll send you an email.
You send them a photograph of Arna's or Carlos's writing.
That's right. Carlos wrote it out for me phonetically so that I could say it. And then he teased me about it because apparently I sounded like Siri giving out roadmap instructions.
Siri, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Anyways, that was fun. And that's just another perk, I think, for being yarn shop owners is that, man, we get to meet some of the greatest folks out there in the knitting community.
It's true. And then oftentimes their yarns end up in the store.
Yeah. Well, sure.
Yeah. The other person who came to see us this summer, right after Lucy Neepy, was Sara Elizabeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about yarns ending up in your store.
Yeah.
She came and did a pop-up shop for us. It was so cool.
Yeah. So how did you meet Sara Elizabeth?
Well, I met her at Vancouver.
Oh, at
Knit City. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she had been dyeing yarn from Alberta, from Carstairs, the custom woolen mills yarn.
Right.
And she did such a beautiful job of dyeing it. I was just really impressed with her. Right. And so we started talking about pop-up shops, and she's going to be doing one of our flash mobs.
Oh, nice.
For us,
2020?
For 2020. Oh. Yes.
Isn't that nice?
So she's a beautiful dyer. She does a lot of dyeing with eco merinos, eco wools, wools that are not processed as much, local, and then she uses some really interesting dyes too, more like washes and indigos, and I think she's got a whole line of natural dyes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
She had a beautiful pop-up shop.
She did.
I bought like 2 or 3 bags of fiber. I thought, I'm going to get back into spinning.
Yeah, she does fiber fleece. Not too many people do that.
Yeah. And then she sold these gorgeous felted soaps.
Right, yeah. And she had beautiful locks, too. Do you remember all the different kind of curly locks that she had dyed?
Yeah, Wensleydale fleece locks. Yeah, I bought a few of those, too.
Did you? Yeah, what would you do with those if you weren't a spinner?
Well, you could use them in needle felting, and if you did wall hangings, like you could add them to your weaving.
To weaving.
So she actually taught 2 classes for us. One was on drop spindle spinning,
right,
and the other one was on those circular weaving, circular tapestries.
That's right. Those were beautiful, weren't they?
Gorgeous.
And weren't they just done on a simple hoop, on an embroidery hoop?
Yeah.
We got to get her back to do that again because I never got a chance to take that workshop.
Yeah, because warping those hoops, I think, would be the hardest part almost. You know, and then and she had these gorgeous fibers for weaving, and they just made these luxurious. The students who came to the class had a blast.
Great fun.
Yeah, and you'd think, you know, in the middle of July or the end of July that we'd have time to take classes. It was so busy.
It was a very busy summer for us.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel like it's we've had more time before Christmas this year than we had in July. I mean, it's been busy, but it hasn't been like overwhelming this year.
Well, in July we were working on the Advent box because I remember when we went to TNNA in September, we had prototypes of things that we were working on, and so. Yeah, you know, it just never slows down, does it?
No, there's always something to do. And right after Christmas, we're going to be working on 2020 Advent Box.
Yeah.
Cynthia and I think, came up with a really fun project this year. At least we're getting great feedback from everybody who has an Advent Box.
Yeah.
We did a Christmas stocking.
Yeah.
Do you have your stocking?
I have. Because I'm still, where am I here?
And we need to look at your sweater. That's your 4-day knit-along sweater, right?
Yeah, so this is just like the one you're wearing.
Yeah.
Except I haven't got my sleeves done yet. And I'm working on them 2 at a time.
Oh, you're almost done.
Yeah.
Word of advice, the sleeves are really, really long on here. I've got mine rolled up.
Yeah.
So you might want to make them a little bit shorter, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
isn't that pretty? So you're using Forest in Eden, right? Oh, you guys, this feels so soft and squishy.
It's a beautiful yarn.
It is.
Yeah. And I'm obviously a tighter knitter too,
than me,
because I haven't blocked it yet. But,
it might stretch out a little bit. I knit a bigger size too.
Yeah, I thought I had as well, but it seems anyway. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those ones where it is because of the lace patterning in it. It's really hard to gauge as you go what it's going to end up looking like. So yeah, so that's all right.
Oh, this yarn will stretch a lot.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was the whole point of the project, was to use a superwash merino.
Right.
Because it would stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so you do knit it, I think, a tad shorter for that reason. So yeah, it's fun to knit, and
that color's going to look really pretty on you.
Yeah, I've been on Sleeve Island for a while, and so
it's not like
close to the number of decreases that I need to do.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like you haven't been doing, other things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've made 6 Christmas stockings between July and now. So, so this is.
You're done.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, it's not quite done because I'm still working on tutorial videos, and we haven't done the fold over hem yet.
Okay.
And we haven't done the duplicate stitch tutorial yet. But I thought we were so clever, Barb, in doing this, and I think people really like it. The idea is that you have options, right?
Yeah.
You can do different things.
So talk us through it, because we started with, I think it was on day 5, the first part of it, and that was where Cynthia and I came up with alternative starts.
Yeah.
So you could start your stocking either with a Latvian braid, or you could do
a fold over hem. Yeah. And
so every day or every few days you'd get a little ball of yarn and part of the instruction and some options. You can do this or you can do that.
Yeah.
And so it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And then we thought long and hard about, if not everybody wants to do color work.
Right.
And it's, might look like a traditional stocking, but, maybe people just want to do
stripes.
Stripes. And we played around with stripes, and then we thought, how do we make the stripes just a little bit fancier? And so we came up with shadow knitting.
Yes, and you've got a sample of it there.
Yeah. So let's see here. So if you look at this straight on, you can see the squares already, can you?
Yeah.
If you look at it straight on, it just looks like stripes, but then when you turn it, those boxes just pop right.
Yes.
Out. So it's kind of like the Venetian blinds or whatever. And
it's an optical illusion, and it's done with knit and purl stitches, so it's kind of brilliant. when you do the purl stitches, they just pop right out.
Yeah.
That's so pretty.
It's fun. Now, this one hasn't been blocked yet, so when I block it, it'll stretch out a bit more. And so a couple of people have asked me about the short foot.
Okay.
Because the foot on this stocking is shorter than it would be if this were to fit a real person. And that's because I don't like things pulling down on the foot and making it look really saggy.
Okay.
And once you put those mandarin oranges in here, and that box of lifesavers, that
and the $20 bills.
Yeah, and
that roll of 20s.
The socks that you give the men, and the
once you fill it with gifts,
the foot pulls down, and I think then it looks perfect.
Yeah.
But if your foot is, in my opinion, if your foot's too big, it just looks funny. And then
sloppy.
Everything goes down to the bottom, and you want the stocking to feel full. So it's not a long.
Look at that one. So on that one, you've done your whole leg in Farah.
Yeah,
in the same Farah pattern.
Yeah.
Nice.
I forgot to change color up here. This would probably. This was intended to be red and white in here.
Hey, I did that too.
Yeah.
On mine, I meant to make this section white and navy, and I forgot to change colors, and it's gray and navy. But who cares, right?
Right.
The idea is that you want to make a bunch of them.
Yes, and you want everyone to be different.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Yeah, and I see you kind of went into your own patterning in here as well. You did some stripes.
I just did some stripes because I wanted to, kind of speed through and get down to the heel.
The German short row heel.
Yes. I haven't done that yet. I'm just about to do that now.
You might have to watch the video.
I will. I definitely have to watch the video. Those video tutorials were so good. We got a lot of great feedback on them too.
Yeah. Well, I really like the German short row technique for this kind of stocking. So a lot of times when you make these stockings, you'll be told to put in an afterthought heel. And that's fine, except when you go to pick out the waist yarn, especially if you're doing color work, it can be really tricky.
Yeah.
And it's hard to describe. And I thought, let's just tuck your yarns in there, do your short row heel, and the German short rows are really easy to execute.
Right.
They're really easy to count. You don't have to wrap anything.
Yeah, it's a very efficient way.
Yeah, do the heel, then pick up those yarns and just keep knitting. There you go. So.
And you recommended too that we use a few different needles, right?
Yeah. Contrary to Arna and Carlos, I do find that I have a different tension between my color work, stranded color work, and plain knitting.
Yeah.
So we put in 2 Addy. We put in 3 sets of Addy needles in the Advent box. And so one was the size that you would use for all your plain knitting, and another one was the size that you would use for any stranded color work.
Right.
And then double points as well.
For the heels.
Yeah. And I have to say, Barb, those Addy bamboo double pointed needles are amazing.
Aren't they nice?
I know they're not twice as much money as other bamboo needles, but they're
more. Yeah.
And you kind of, when you look at them in the package, you think, what's the difference? When you take them out of the package, those Addy needles are so smooth.
Yes.
They just do a great job.
Yeah, they are really made out of premium bamboo. And, there's different qualities, right? And the same thing goes with bamboo needles.
Yeah.
You really get what you pay for.
You do.
We've got sets for $5. They're just not at all like...
No, those are the ones where you get 4 in the package instead of 5.
What?
And one of them is always bowed a bit, like a bow, because
it's so dry here in Alberta.
Oh my goodness, it's terrible.
As soon as any really wood products come in here, we have a hard time because they just dry out.
Yeah.
But that's not the only thing. Those aren't nearly as smooth as them. They're not finished the same way.
And not as sharp and pointy.
And you can't get them big. The other thing with bamboo is Addy goes right up to, I think, a size 12 or 15 mil.
Oh, really? In the bamboo?
And those have to be purchased from or a special type of bamboo, because bamboo inside is hollow.
Right.
And so you can't have that hollowness inside your needle, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, the things you learn when you talk to people who buy titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a bit more work to do on these, but then I'll have 2 more stockings to hang up on my... Yeah. And I love the navy and white.
Yeah, it's quite, the contrast is quite nice, isn't it? Yeah. So, Cynthia, I was playing around on the weekend and I dyed some more yarn for my second stocking.
Let's see it.
So, this is our epic yarn.
Cool.
And yeah, I dyed some green and some orange. I thought, I'm going to pop this, I'm going to put a little pop of color in each one of my stockings. That'll be my signature.
With hand-dyed yarn. Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So the stockings are done with Epic.
Yep.
Now, did you use one of our gradient dye kits for this?
Yes.
Oh,
this was so much fun, you guys. You have to try this. We have these little kits that you can buy where we send you out a ball of Epic yarn, a pattern for how to dye, and a little pot of dye.
Yeah. Food safe dye.
Food safe dye.
So you can dye your yarn in your kitchen and still use the implements to eat out of.
Yes, yeah. You don't have to have any special equipment or anything like that. I just popped it in. I have a big pickle jar.
Yes.
Right. And so I just put the dye in there in the hot water and stirred it around, and then I just had a half a ball balled up.
Yep.
And I just shoved the whole thing in the jar.
Yeah.
And walked away pretty much.
And look at this color.
Yeah.
It's perfect for Christmas.
Isn't it fun?
It's kind of chartreusey and a little bit foresty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I used the nitty naughty that you made me.
Oh, yes.
To put it together.
Right. So when you pop a ball into a dye bath, then you have to skein it afterwards when it's wet.
Yes.
And if you have a wooden nitty naughty is just a contraption.
It's like your arm, really.
Yeah, but it works really slick. And so my husband had made one out of PVC pipe.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, and so that way the wood doesn't get all splintered.
I do have a real one too at home, but it was at home and I was at the store. So.
Yeah, well then I think that you might just, some of the nitty naughties don't have varnish on them.
Right.
So if you expose them to water, they end up warping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not good for them.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the plastic is, the PVC pipe is, after you finish using it as a nitty naughty, you can use it for something else.
Yeah.
But this is really nice. So you're going to put this in your Christmas stocking?
I think so. Maybe I'll do a different colored toe on each stocking or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Or just like even one little stripe of orange in there somewhere.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be fun?
Would be really fun.
Or maybe I'll duplicate stitch the names on with hand-painted yarn.
Perfect. Yeah.
Anyways,
how many are you making?
Oh, I'm going to make as many as I can. I think this is going to be my little Christmas tradition.
Oh, good. That's
I love them.
Yeah.
So people are already asking about the pattern and how can I get it, and you've been telling them the answer.
July 2020. Yeah.
Cynthia's going to make you wait.
Mm-hmm. It's part of our commitment to the people who buy the admin box.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they get an exclusive thing, or many things actually.
Yeah.
But they get an exclusive project or projects that we
that's
don't
really
publish
nice.
again until the next year.
Yeah.
It's an investment in an advent box.
Yes.
And so we want to make sure that you get some perks out of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
so everybody
really
can make
feedback.
their own custom stockings for the next 6 months, and then
July's a great time to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you get them done. Because if you wanted to make one for your entire family, then you could do one a month and you'd be done by Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And because you know that at Christmas time, oh my goodness, you're going to have 1,000 things to do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many stockings do you have in your collection?
Well, I have one for every member of our family because they all come over on Christmas Eve. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7. And then I usually make, so I made 4 this year.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And so sometimes people will go home with the stocking. So, maybe Russ and Sarah would like to take their stockings home this year. Jen took stockings home for her and the kids last year.
Nice.
And so, they're easy to replace.
Yeah.
Maybe our sister Lynn needs a stocking this year.
I think maybe Lynn needs
and
a
baby
stocking.
Alicia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we better get busy.
Baby Alicia's our great niece. And she's
the model.
She was a model in one of our new pattern releases this year, the Oh,
Little Goose Toque.
Yeah.
Yes, if you have a chance, go onto our website and check out some of the new patterns that we did this year, because we had a few of our family members model for us.
Yes.
She did Little Goose Toque, and she's such a cute little girl.
She
and
also
her
did
mom,
the one by Lucy Neatby, which is the one out of Touchdown.
Right, that was the one with the mitered squares.
Yes.
How come we can't remember the name?
How come
It'll come to us.
Yes.
Yeah. But her mom, let's talk about her mom.
Yeah, Mira.
Mm-hmm.
So Mira and Alicia, and her dad was there at the photo shoot.
Yeah.
But Mira and Alicia were the models for that, because we had a baby hat and an adult hat. And
right.
They did the design, and then for Little Goose Toque, we happened to film it or do the photo shoot at the pond across the street from
your house.
And they were actually geese at the pond, so it worked out really nicely.
That was really cool, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what else did we do for patterning? Because we came out with a few new designs.
Yeah, so Kate
last
Atherley, speaking of Kate again, she did the gridiron hat and mitts for us. She'd done a pair of socks earlier, and so she did hat and mitts. And Jen's, my daughter's friends, Andrew and Christina, came out and did the photo shoot for that. Yes. And they did a great job. So they're a couple, and they posed together, and they were wearing opposing teams, and they just had they were very fun, and we had a lot of fun that day. It was raining too, so we had some challenges there with our set location. Oh, you would have never known, because I wasn't there, but I saw the patterns when the photographs were done, and I think doing them on a day like that was a great thing to do, because the photographs turned out so well. Yeah. And the other thing I want to say about it is you can just see Christine and Andrew's personalities come through in those photographs. They have so much fun. You can just see it. It's great. Yeah. So yeah. And then we right before Mid City, we did a publication of Holly Yo's new designs for us, and that was the Tesserae shawl done out of Eden. Yes. And the guys, if you haven't seen that, you got to go check that out. It's like an 8-foot long shawl. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful with mosaic knitting. Yeah. A spine down the center with different patterns on each side. It's just beautiful. You don't have to make it 8 feet long. You can make a shorter one too. Yeah. But we went all out. I think we used 8 balls of Eden. 7 skeins altogether. 7. 5 of jewel, I think it's the color you're wearing, and 2 of silver. Yeah, it's amazing. So we did the photo shoot for that one, and then also she did a vest called the Rutherford vest. I want to knit that one. I know. But we got to put that on our list for 2020 and make it. Yeah. And then Fiona's got a couple of really beautiful pieces I want to make too. Yes. Geneva is what we're going to call that one. So that one's also done out of Eden, and it's got beautiful cables on it. We did the photo shoot for that one, but the pattern hasn't been published yet. Didn't we do it out of Epic too? Yes, it's on Epic. Yeah. And so that photo shoot, we went over to the University of Alberta, the campus, and we did the photo shoot there. And that photo shoot was Jennifer and Sarah, 2 of my daughters, and their friends Christina and Larissa, and we again just had a great time doing that. So really natural people. They're not professional models. No. They did each other's hair and makeup. Excuse me. They had a great time. I think it's so nice to be able to have the same garment on different body sizes. Like that was something for us this year. We didn't have like 20 different garments in different sizes that we could put on 20 different models. We had, one garment. Yes. And so we had this brainwave to show it on, 4 or 5 different body shapes. Yes. The same garment. Yeah. And it was great. Yeah. It turned out wonderful. It is, yeah. And there's a lot of knitters have a lot of, and crocheters too, have a lot of we have a lot of body image issues, right? I mean, I think that's probably one reason why we don't do sweaters. We were getting set up here, I was thinking about, I gotta sit up really straight and hold my body completely unnatural. But, we have to get over that, right? We have to decide we are who we are. That's right. And we all have different lumps and bumps in different places. Yes. I think, though, that's why I love knitwear. Because it's elastic. Oh yeah, it is. And
some people like to wear their knitwear with a lot of ease, and some people like to wear it really snug and tight, right? And so this is the thing that's so cool, is that you can make your own shape, your own style for your preferences of how you like it. And there's nothing more rewarding than making something that really turns out, or that someone really, really loves.
Sure, that's very true.
So when we talk about patterns, Cynthia, what were some of the most popular ones, would you say, that we had last year?
Well, you had that custom. We did that shift by Andrea Mowry,
right,
out of Noro.
Yes.
And then you had a customer come in who had done up some of the night shift.
Right.
Was night shift the big one or the small one?
Night shift's the big one.
Okay.
And shift was the cowl.
Right. So you had a customer come in who'd done 4 of those cowls, and you took pictures.
Yeah.
And then it just became a crazy kind of thing where we were just so inspired by all those 4.
Well, Andrea came up with a cool pattern where you knit it using a long self-striper. Right. That was the primary yarn. So you wanted something like Noro, or Barocco has a few really great ones. We found one called Medina that was a cotton-based self-striper. And then we teamed it up with solid yarns. So we used Brooklyn Tweed Peary in a lot of our kits, because Peary had some really interesting colors that we couldn't find anywhere else. Yeah. And so when you held, 2 of the Peary colors with the self-striper, you came with these beautiful color combinations. Yeah. Andrea used spin cycle yarns, which we didn't bring in just because bringing them to Canada, the cost was so high. We thought we really couldn't sell them. Right. And so what we did was we found a really neat substitute. Schoppel came out with edition 3. Right. Which is a Zauberball type of yarn. And so we brought that in, and that looks amazingly like spin cycle. Right. And so we've been playing with that in kits too. But that was a really popular pattern for us. Yeah. Yeah. And I think another one was the Whisper Popover. I made one of those
by Handmaiden.
And their mohair, that Whisper mohair.
It's amazing. I was saying to you the other day, you look at it in a skein and you wind up into a ball, but then you look at the finished garment and it's like whipped cream. I know. It's so lofty and soft.
And usually mohair we're used to as kid, right? Like Rowan or Shabui, Silk Cloud is very thin, right? This one is really meaty. Yeah. That's the best way I can describe it. Yeah. And so it makes a capelet or a shoulder cozy that's really thick.
Yeah, and yet light as air.
And soft.
Amazing. Yes.
No pick to this one at all. Sometimes mohairs can have a little bit of a pick to them, but this one was beautiful.
Yeah, you're right. You and capelets.
I know. It's all Donna Palicki's fault. When we went to TNNA, she's the one who designed it. We ran into her, remember?
Yes.
That was in June that we were at
TNNA?
Cleveland. I think it was June.
You're right, yeah.
And we ran into a lot of great people, but Donna was there. Yeah. She's a shop owner in Chicago that we have an affiliation with, or that I have
Sister Arts.
Yeah. And she makes the capelet Deja Vu, which I've talked about a million times. And what am I working on right here? There's another one.
Oh man. What are you using for this one?
This one I'm doing out of Rowan cashmere tweed. Because I've never knit with cashmere tweed yet. And I'm loving it, Cynthia.
I bet.
Yeah, 3 colors. And so this is another one. Yeah. What, my 6th, I think? Oh. I know. So it's all Donna's fault. And that was a popular pattern too. I think we've had a few people make those.
Yes. Everybody loves your capelet Deja Vu.
Thanks. Yeah, it turned out nice.
Yeah. I say yours, but
Yeah.
Yours and Donna's.
Yeah. Donna's. I just kind of did it up in a few different colors and yarns.
Yeah. And then we also met up with the other really lovely yarn shop owner,
Janet.
Ellen. Yes,
Yes. From String Theory.
Yes, we went out and had dinner with her.
That's another really fun thing. As yarn shop owners, it's so nice to connect with other yarn shop owners.
For sure. Yeah.
To compare notes and to talk about, favorite things that they've made. And I think that's something that we can bring back to everybody here in Edmonton is, if it's popular in another shop, chances are it's going to be popular or a fun project here too.
It's a lot about going into a yarn shop is kind of the inspiration that you get from it.
Mm-hmm.
We went into that beautiful yarn. We went into a few beautiful yarn shops when we were in Maine as well.
Yes.
And that was really nice.
Wasn't that fun?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the woman there who had the car event where they drove around in cars.
The Maine cruise.
Knitting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like Jerry Seinfeld,
Yeah.
Going for coffee.
Yeah, with other comedians.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's kind of what we try to do with our playlist, or places to go, people to see, is take you along on our adventures and show you the places that we've been to, and so that's a lot of fun.
Back to patterns. I was just thinking, some of our patterns too were really popular this year.
Yes.
I think we must have passed out and sold dozens and dozens of our Jolly Juniper Tree.
Oh, yeah, the Jolly Juniper Tree is amazing. Yeah.
At Christmas time, so my daughter Sabrina did this cute little Christmas tree, and you just do it we did it out of epic yarn and eyelash to start out with.
Yeah.
And now we've been adding everything to it, from anything that's got
ribbon.
Glitz or sparkle.
Yeah.
And I even sourced out they make scrubbies out of it. It's really sparkly and
bubbles.
Bubble.
Yeah.
And we've been making them out of that. And it's one of those patterns I think that everybody wants to try and make a few for Christmas.
Yeah.
Make a few every year, and then you'll have a whole forest.
Yes, of different yarns. Yeah,
it's really cute.
Fun. Yeah. There's and that was a previous Advent box kit.
Yes. Yeah.
We put that in 2018 or 2017.
Yeah, and then we released it the next summer.
Yeah.
And that's been a really fun thing to do. We've had a lot of fun projects. The gradient dye kit was like that too.
Yeah. And the little elf hat. So in that gradient dye kit, we also include a pattern for a little elf hat. And so some people have been asking for that pattern singly, and so I have to get that on our website too. So there's so much to do.
The hats that we wore in the last podcast, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So what else, Cynthia, happened? What were some of the other top things we did in 2019?
Well, that's all the trips,
Talk about,
right?
What about workshops, though?
Yeah, so we've got some new workshops. And again, this is sort of one of the challenges of a yarn shop, is that you need to keep offering new things, new products, new kits, new designs, and new workshops. So we've started to do some stuff with embroidery, which was really fun.
Oh, that was hot. Yes, we brought in these little kits from Embroidery and Sage, and we found them at TNNA.
Yeah, and then we've got a couple of embroidery instructors who are really good. And again, I was inspired to embroider a whole little panel on one of my dresses, which was a lot of fun. And then we are doing a new series on brioche. We've got another local designer who's also a teacher, and she's been doing some brioche classes for us. And so we've designed our own kind of brioche cowl to put in that class.
Nice.
Using really chunky yarns.
Yeah.
Again, we used Rowan Cocoon and to do a 2-color brioche cowl.
That cowl's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? It's nice and thick and really warm, and then the brioche fabric is just so squishy. And then another chunky yarn that we wanted to use and didn't have a project for just yet was Juniper Moon Farms Santa Cruz.
Yes.
This is an organic merino.
From Patagonia.
Yeah. So, we have lots of yarns that we could use in this class, but we wanted to focus on things that would be really chunky, that you could use a big needle on. So we're using like a 5.5, a 6.5 millimeter circular needle on them, and teaching 1 and 2 color brioche. So that was really good.
How about crochet?
Yeah.
That kind of took off, didn't it, for us in 2019?
Yeah, we have a new instructor who also helps us coordinate our workshops, and she is really good with crochet. We don't have as many crochet instructors as we do knitting instructors. And we have another really lovely person who teaches crochet for us, but she works full time. And so Heather is able to come in and do some more classes. And she's done some amigurumi for us. So
those are fun.
Yeah.
That was a really fun little
We
workshop.
do those little preemie toys. A little octopus is one of them. And in the new year, she's going to do this beautiful mermaid, crocheted mermaid. So just in time as they're filming the new Ariel movie.
Oh, yes.
The Little Mermaid movie.
Frozen?
Yeah. No, The Little Mermaid is coming out. A new Disney production. So we'll have little mermaids that are crocheted for that.
Cute.
And then she does another one that is teaching people how to read a crochet chart.
Yes, I took that one.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
It was really good. I'm so liberating.
Yes.
Because once you know how to read a chart in crochet, I mean, you can crochet anything that has a chart, right?
Yeah. I think one of the biggest hurdles in crochet is that people never really know where to put their hook. You know, because if you go back and forth, sometimes your crochet ends up looking like it's offset, right? And so knowing where to put your hook is the biggest thing, and charts can show you that, whereas written instructions can't. Right?
No, they try their best. And then, you know, again, some of us, I mean, I would like to crochet, but I'm not serious about it. I haven't spent a lot of time investing in working out samples and figuring out where to put the last stitch and how to use. So some of the things that Heather teaches us, like where to put your stitch marker and how to put it on so that you know it's in the right place.
Yes,
is just really key, and how to recognize a single crochet from a double crochet.
Yes.
So
she's got really interesting terminology and descriptors for those stitches and what they look like, and that made a huge difference.
For sure, right? It's like that's the kind of thing that you can't get from a YouTube channel, right? It's the in-depth. Where somebody leans over your shoulder and says, so you're going to put it right here, and then you're going to attach the stitch marker right here, and you see how this looks like this, right?
Yes.
That's just so important for really understanding your craft.
Yeah.
So we have, I'm so pleased, Barb, with our team of instructors.
Yes.
Because they're all really keen to understand and to convey information.
Help people learn.
Helpful. Yeah. And they're patient and they're kind and they're available. And they come early and they stay late. And
I know, we're so lucky.
Yeah. And our staff too. I mean, I can't say enough about the team that we've got here in the store. We've just, it's how long have we been building?
Well, 16. I think it's going to be 17 years this year. 18 in 2020. Wow, we're going to have a celebration.
We are, yeah. So it's nice when we have these big name instructors come. We try to have one session that's just for staff, or a meet and greet that's just for staff, because they're often here making sure that the store is open and that our customers are being helped and our online orders are being filled, and so they don't get to take the classes and do the dinners and things like that. So we try to make sure that they get an opportunity to be with those people as well.
That's right.
And take classes and
Yes, exactly. And a lot of our consultants and the people that are on our team take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
take the classes in the store.
You bet.
So if you have questions, that you can ask a knowledgeable person. And that's really good.
So have we kind of covered off 2019?
I think 2019 is, I think we should, sit here and enjoy the fire, maybe go downstairs and get a little Baileys to put in the coffee and finish. I've got a bag full of whips that I need finishing, so let's do that.
That sounds great.
Okay.
So we're going to sign off pretty quick. I just want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. We'll see you very soon in the new year because we'll have a podcast coming out January 7th.
Yeah, and we'll talk to you about all the things coming up for 2020.
Yeah.
Things that you probably really want to get involved in. We've got some amazing events happening in 2020 that we can talk about, right?
Right. So I wouldn't let Barb talk about Flash Mob for 2020 last podcast, but next
Flash Mob.
Yeah.
We have a Knit for Fun retreat coming up in 2020 with some superstars. You want to plan on coming to Edmonton in 2020 and attending.
Yes.
But enough for that.
Yeah,
We'll leave that for next time.
Teaser.
Yeah.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thanks so much
Happy
for
holidays.
watching. Sign up. Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We'd like to We'd like to get our numbers up on that, right?
We're just over 5,000 subscribers, and so that's really exciting. So if you can encourage a friend to sign up, we'd be really happy. Yeah.
And let's send out a really nice prize this month.
Okay.
For any new subscribers. Can we do that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Well, it's hard. It's hard to know if you can do that for just new subscribers.
So if you're a new subscriber, say to us, I'm a new subscriber, and we'll put your name in for a special draw.
An additional draw. But we do that.
An additional draw, yes.
We always want to reward those people who've been faithfully watching.
Exactly. And I just want to say a shout out to Barbara Amping, who watches every episode.
She does?
And she has won 3 times.
So leave a comment.
Yes. Yeah, our random generator likes Barbara a lot because it's picked her 3 times. And so, Barb, we're going to send you out something really special because you've probably gotten the prize that we generally send.
So maybe we'll have to take her something. I'm going to Canmore in January.
Oh, fantastic!
And,
Cynthia will hand deliver your present.
We'll meet up in the Starbucks, and I'll hand you your prize. How does that sound?
Nice. We normally give our prize winners patterns. We let them choose 2 of their favorite River City Yarns patterns, and we send them by email because it's such an efficient way to get packages out. But
Barbara and I know each other.
Yes,
she's been up here. And anyway,
I have a perfect prize for her.
We'll deliver her something special.
Yeah.
All right. So again, happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you in the new year.
Thank you. Bye now.